What is going on, YouTube? Tyler here with False Neutral Media. Alongside me, my brother, co-host Trevor. I just got back from Spring a Ding Ding. Was in Texas for a week, filming for Ryan Villapoto, Gage Villapoto, which was awesome. A lot of the NorCal and a lot of riders from SoCal were out there, so it was a blast. I am fully tan. Came back super tan because it was nice and warm. Wore a hat, so it's like you see the tan lines. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
It was a fun time in Texas, let me tell you.
Yeah, you look like a beef Wellington.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Incredible. Tell us about
just-
Spring-a-Ding before we get into Indianapolis.
Dude.
How was Spring-a-Ding? Tell us about it.
So, one, if you haven't been to Spring a Ding, this was my first year going, and I was filming and doing photos. So, this event is definitely one for the books that you have to and should make the trip out to every year. It's honestly a blast. Supercross, motocross. There's a sick barbecue spot right down the street. They have a grill and a bar basically at the track. There's like a playground for kids. There's dodgeball during the event. There's what is it? Rider like son and mom's wine race or whatever to see who has the most wine riding on the back of like their son's bike and stuff. And just all around hanging out with awesome people. There's like some spots you could go fishing. But no, honestly, right when I get there on Sunday, I flew in Saturday night, go over there Sunday, straight to RV spot, and I get out of my car, my BMW that they gave me instead of a truck. Right when I get out of the car, RV is like, straight to the bar, we're getting margaritas. I was like, oh my gosh, RV, okay. He's like, yeah, there's no racing, there's nothing today. We're having fun, getting prepped, and drinking margies. I was like, oh my God. So that was,
time.
dude, just the first day kicking off was super fun, but it was awesome seeing the progression with Gage Villapoto and just being able to get to know the Villapotos even more, especially for a week instead of a weekend. Amazing people. Like I am super blessed to do what I do. A lot of other kids that had booked too, dude, like all of them were ripping from PWs all the way up to the pro class. Insane. Supercross was sick. It was supposed to rain all week and it only rained once. So we are super fortunate and blessed with the weather. The moto gods were definitely looking after this race event for sure. But no, the Supercross, it was sick, dude. A lot of crazy battles, good racing, a lot of names that I've never seen or seen ride or met. Got the chance to meet. I met a lot of people, and finally have introduced myself to people that have been in the game for so long. One of them being Malcolm McCaskey. And he used to do all the mini warrior stuff, the Gromageddons. He basically started off like the amateur media, like with the motocross videos and updates from that, our generation, with Ryan Villapoto, Davey Millsaps, Nico Izzy. I mean, the list goes on. Josh Hansen, all of them. So it was really cool to see. Yeah, Kyle Partridge. But it was really cool to see when Malcolm and Ryan Villapoto were just standing side by side to each other, laughing and talking about memories and like what's been going on in their life. And I snapped the coolest photo of both of them just chatting. I want to get a picture somewhere like when they were on Mini Warriors or the beginning, Gromageddon, whatever, and put it next to that one so you could just see the difference. I think that was super fun. But Meeting a lot of people. K-Dub, Kevin Windham was out there. Got to talk to him. Unfortunately, I didn't get a picture or anything with him. I kind of regret that. But met a lot of awesome people, dude. It was honestly a blast. Like I said, racing, Supercross, motocross was sick. The track was super sick. They would also there was ponds even on the track, and on practice day, I'm sitting there looking, and it's gray. Like, it's muddy, it's dark. And then on race days, it's blue. Like, if it's we're in the freaking Caribbean. They were taking, I don't know if it was bathroom blue dye and putting it in the water, but it made it so sick. It like, so if you watch it on like Racer X, it's like, how is there like random blue water? Like if we're in Hawaii or the Caribbean, it was like, so it made it sick even for content. A lot of the media boys were out there. We had Camworks, Web Media, Tanner, Resi, Octane, and a bunch of other people, Olsen Films. If I'm obviously forgetting anyone, sorry, but it was sick to hang out with the boys, talk, network with each other. Definitely always a good time, but no, it's honestly one for the books. Even you should come out there one time just to watch racing.
I'm down.
Dude, it is so fun. So if you haven't gone, definitely go.
Yeah, and I think we're living in a time now, right? Me and you had discussed this a little bit about how social media and stuff and these younger riders are trying to start to build their identity as they kind of start to go for the pro ranks, which is what Springading's for, right? Is getting points to hopefully get your pro card and start racing professionally.
Yeah.
I think it's very interesting because it's like you hung out with Malcolm, right, from Mini Warriors, and it's like, for our generation, brother, without Mini Warriors, I wouldn't have known who Eli Tomac is before he came into the pro. Like, it would have been like any other race I had seen younger when I didn't know Mini Warriors, where it's like, oh, who's that guy?
Yeah.
Oh, who's that guy? Oh, who's that guy? Oh, who's that guy? Instead, when Mini Warriors came out, you could trace the path of all of these young riders, right? It's showing like Ryan Villapoto ripping on the fucking 85, just absolute big wheeled 85, just crushing it.
Yeah.
To see him transition into the pros, it was like, hey, I know him. Hell yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
So he's coming up. So it was like all of that with Mini Warriors. I think because we have Instagram and stuff, even moto edits and stuff are almost homages to those moto videos, because it's like, I think everybody who ever watched a moto video or any of the like, right? Like a skateboard video for a skate team or a BMX compilation video that was put out as a sponsor deck. Like we've all played like Tony Hawk's Underground, right? Where like you have to come up with the sponsor film and stuff, and you have to get edits made for your sponsor deck to determine what deck company you go with. All of that stuff was the zeitgeist around the early 2000s and stuff, where you had like Dungey came out of nowhere. Like, if anybody doesn't know Ryan Dungey's story of how he got into the pros, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
This dude's like C, maybe B class, looks at Roger DeCoster and he's like, one day I'm going to race for you. And Roger's like, you come to the practice track tomorrow. And he's like, what? And he's like, I have a bike for you. And Ryan Dungey just happened to fucking rip. And he was like, it was the best riding I had ever done in my entire life. And Roger was like, you're signed, we're going. And he was like,
you're never leaving us.
A couple times. Yeah, I've only raced a couple of times. Came out and blew people away. That is not how this works, right? That's an anomaly. That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
What's the reality is what we see in like the championship documentary of Ryan Villapoto, where it's like, no, dude, I've been constantly working since I was 12 years old.
Yeah.
It's been nonstop work. So when people are like, Ryan Villapoto retired young, it's like, Well, if you look at his entire career, it started when he was 12. Like, it really did.
And he started
So,
riding when he was like 2, like 3, or
so
whatever.
right. So getting to see more of the amateurs at this level, I think it's just awesome. It's awesome that we get to hear about things like springading, because if you're just a casual moto fan, or like, yeah, I watch Supercross, what the fuck is springading? And it's like,
Yeah.
this is pretty much where the young amateurs are proving themselves for rides, if you will,
Yeah.
right? They're working for titles and they're working for points. So it's like, hey man, I think what a time to be alive, but my God, I would like to see another mini Warriors type deal emerge. But perhaps that'll come at a later time.
Malcolm.
Let's get into it.
Yeah. We got
Malcolm,
bigger
let's talk.
bigger conversation, or bigger. Sorry, I'm still fried from the week. We had Indy. We had Indy.
Yeah.
And since I was gone, we weren't able to do the podcast, but we had a week off of racing. So before we get into the East in West versus West showdown coming up in Birmingham, Indy, Triple Crown, unbelievable racing, big surprises, a lot of controversy within the sport, whether it's, privateers, Jorge Prado and the Lawrence brothers, mainly Hunter Lawrence. So we'll definitely get into it, and let's go into 250s, because I am stoked, because my dude Cole Davies sweeped it. 1-1-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Here's the thing. And I'm about to dive in. I'm just gonna dive right into it head first.
All right, Michael
the
Phelps
shallow
that shit. Okay.
Into the shallow pool. I'm head first in the shallow pool. Cole Davies was on fire. But I've been seeing talk recently on the social media angle where people are like, I think we're looking at the next Jet Lawrence. And I'm like, everybody calm down. Everybody needs to fucking calm down. One, we've seen Cole Davies in outdoors. He has to prove that he can do it this year.
Yeah.
Because the times we've seen him in outdoors, right? He came in late. It wasn't something where I went, you know what, dude? I see all-star potential in him in Supercross and Motocross. That was not the impression that I got. I was like, I think there's work that needs to be done. However, it is undeniable. Cole Davies in the whoops is a monster.
Absolute beast.
He is a freak. Freak of nature.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is knowing his beginnings, where it's like, I don't feel I'm very good in the whoops. And then the training videos that came out where he's like, I hit nothing but whoops today.
Yeah.
It paid off. Most of his major passes came at the fact that, like, he was gaining so much time in the whoops, setting himself up for that next straightaway section. So Cole Davies sweeping it. Hey, brother, you said it best. If I do what I'm supposed to do, no one can touch me. It's like, well, if you do what you're supposed to do, you win. So yeah, that makes sense. As opposed to if you don't do what you're supposed to do, you lose, right? Yeah, it kind of checks out, brother.
Yeah.
But it is one of those we've been talking about. If we could see Cole Davies start putting it together, it'll be very, very interesting.
Yeah, right? Getting those good starts, which he was kind of struggling with and having to make his way up. So it was good to see him, getting really good starts, making those passes, and leaving. Then we got Joe Shimoda, who is, still coming back from injury. He did have that one crash at Daytona, which kind of scared me, because he kind of landed, weird in the sand. And it's always sketchy with that injury, even if he's like 100% from it. You just never know. So
Right.
we know he's still getting into that conditioning. You could still kind of see it because he'll get good starts and then he will keep that pace and battle, but it looks like he's getting like still, not at that full pace and getting a
Mhm.
little tired. I wouldn't say a lot, but it is building. So I think like Cole Davies in the beginning of the season, it's going to be for Joe as well. It's going to start clicking. He's going to feel more comfortable and have that conditioning to basically sprint the whole time, unless he has that gap up front. So, Seth Haymaker, I think it would have been a totally different story. I think he would have got second because I don't think anyone could have stopped Cole Davies that night at all. But I think if he didn't take ninth in Moto 2 because he went down,
Yeah.
which was a bummer. I think it would have been a whole different night from him. But dude, taking top 3 for PC Cowie, fucking
Mhm.
can't go wrong with that.
Yeah. I will also say, dude, I'm here to eat my words. It may not be the championship contention that we were hoping for, but Daxton Bennick has been impressing me.
Yeah,
He is constantly out in the front, right? He went 447 for a total of 15 total points, putting
yeah,
him at the overall of like fourth, right?
yeah,
This is the best we've seen Daxton Bennick ride, and it's been awesome to see. Pierce Brown, dude, clawing back to 10th in the first moto, third in the second, fourth in the third. He was really trying to put it together, right? He's just trying to keep those points up. But I think you are correct when it comes to Joe Shimoda. I think with the recovery and everything, he is trying to keep up that pace. It is very clear that like he can't hold it for as long as he needs to, especially with something like a triple crown, right? And I know you're talking about like, I hope he can put it together, right? We're still in the early rounds. Next round is the East West Showdown. He doesn't have time to fucking
yeah,
take his time. He's got to go out there and make a statement. He's the SMX World Champion defender.
yeah,
He has no choice but to at least be consistent. And that's what I want to talk about why he got second. At every opportunity, he may not have had the pace, but he always made smart line choices. He made smart passes, and he knew how to defend his lines against the entire Yamaha team.
yeah,
We saw it in a couple of the rounds where he would get a good start and he would hug onto these insides, move over the roller going into the rhythm section, and almost block that entire section so that they could not launch up and get the speed that they got from the outside,
yeah,
which is a genius move for him to slow down the traffic, get over that double into that. It's like that double table,
yes,
land,
yeah,
and then move on to the outside, carry momentum into the whoop section. And I kept watching him do it, and I was like, for somebody who may not have that speed right now, he's making smart moves to make sure that he is slowing people down behind him so he can maintain that sort of gap in understanding. And I thought it was just really well done. And it garnered him a second overall 223 on the night, which
yeah,
I was very impressed with Joe Shimoda. But Cole Davies, as he said, if he does what he's supposed to do, he's untouchable. He blew through the pack and immediately found his place in first and didn't look back.
yeah,
And I think that's why I'm talking about Joe Shimoda and the race IQ that he's using to try and keep consistency, is because Cole Davies wasn't looking back. He was charging forward. Joe Shimoda was constantly making those moves, hitting that double and looking over to mine the gap.
yeah,
Once he minded the gap, he could determine which line he took into the whoops to determine if he was going to skip through them or if he was going to need to blast. And
yep,
a lot of that determined on one factor. Where was Cole Davies? And if you watch, like that's what Joe Shimoda seemed to be working out was, I can determine what path I take through the whoops depending on what path I can make him take in the whoops. If I can force him to a side that I know he doesn't like, I can keep my line skipping through. But if Cole Davies gets the line that he likes and he can blow past, he's going to do it. And we saw that happen a couple times.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree. Well said. Yeah.
I was also very impressed with Devin Simonson, 766 on the day. It was his local race, right? It's in his state.
Yeah.
But we even saw when Pierce Brown was coming up to pass him, right? He looked over, saw the red plate, and was like, hey, dude, I'm not really in contention for this championship. I'm not going to be the one that everybody's going to complain about.
Yeah.
So when we talk about people respecting the craft of racing and respecting the championship, I just wanted to do a small shout out to Simonson because
Yeah.
I think he recognized, he was like, I can't ride that pace. And he's coming like at an immense speed that I'm not really wanting to contend with. And he moved to the outside. Pierce Brown took the inside. And I was like, hey, we don't see that enough where somebody's like, yeah, I may be hauling ass for the first time in the series, but I'm not going to be the one that ruins this dude's chances of a championship, right?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure we'll get into more of that because, you know, leading into the 450, the premier classes where the big, you know, conversation is with you know, people, whether it's what he did or lappers, etc. But no, what did you think of Seth's night?
I thought Seth, one, it was unfortunate what happened to him in Moto 2.
Yeah.
It's one of those, I want Seth to do well, but it's also me stating, and I've stated this before, doing well, only riding out of your comfort zone is not a good place to be, right?
Yeah.
If you can do it while minimizing risk to yourself, then I'm all for it, right? But it did seem like there were some points where Hammaker was like, I'm pushing to try and keep up the pace. And it didn't seem like he seemed very comfortable all night, just in my opinion. But I think he should be proud of a third overall, right? It boosts him a little bit, gets him in the conversation. I think the real test for Seth Hammaker is going to be this East-West showdown. I think most of these riders, right? Let's be real. Everybody is going, we are seeing the speed of Cole Davies and Joe Shimoda right now, and Pierce Brown. We want to see how that matches up to Levi Kitchen, Hayden Deegan, right? All of these riders on the West Coast. That's where this is going to really shutter open.
Yeah,
right?
Definitely.
I think Cole Davies, right, he can sweep a Triple Crown. We found that he is good at Triple Crowns, right? This isn't the first time he's done a good performance in a Triple Crown. But when it comes to the East-West showdown, this is where Cole Davies needs to prove what everybody's been talking about, which is this the next wave? Is Cole Davies representing the next Ryan Villapoto sort of era, or the next Ryan Dungey sort of era, or the next Jet Lawrence sort of era?
Yeah.
The reality is I kind of group this entire era in one, because we're going to see Cole Davies move to the 450 eventually. And I don't think Jet's going to be retired by that time. You get what I mean? So I just I see it as this is all one generation that's all kind of vying. Because if you think about it, they're within, 6 years of each other? Like most everybody?
Yeah, if that,
Except for like Roczen and Tomac and stuff. But we can get into that conversation as we do so many times where it's like, you can't really call them old dogs if they're beating the shit out of your favorite riders every week.
Yeah.
Sorry. Like, it's the old guard. It's like, these are just riders at the top of their game.
Yeah.
And Eli Tomac, I don't think he's really intimidated because he's like, brother, I raced against the best.
Yeah.
And
he is comfortable.
The greatest.
Very comfortable on that KTM.
Yes.
Dangerous.
that's how I feel about the 250 class for
Yeah.
the East Coast. Is really what it is this championship is kind of fought amongst, the top 3 right now. But I think the real thing that they're looking forward to, all of them, is proving themselves at the East-West Showdown. Because the
Yeah.
reality is, yeah, it's cool if you get a West Coast championship or an East Coast championship. But if you can get the championship and win all of the shootout rounds,
That's going to be the biggest thing. Who is going to win every single? Will it be consistent? Will it be different riders? We don't know. But I'm not going to lie. My pick is Hayden Deegan.
I'm not going to lie. I'm rooting for Cole Davies, and I'll tell you why. This is Deegan's last season on that 250. If you can go out East-West shootout and shut him out, because Joe Shimoda's going to want to do the same. Seth Hammaker's going to want to do the same. Levi Kitchen's going to want to do the same. If Joe is smart and if Cole is smart and they can strategize by themselves, I'm not talking working together, but if they can strategize, all I need to do is get a good start, be consistent, and let them fucking fight.
Yeah.
If Cole Davies can do it, people will be talking about it because it'll be, Deegan, this was your chance to solidify at the end. This is my legacy. Nobody's beating me this year.
Right, yeah.
It's over, right? This is my house. If Cole Davies comes to the East-West shootout and shuts you down, people are going to be talking about you moving to the 450 and going, wait till Cole Davies gets on the 450. Do you think Hayden needs that when he goes to the 450?
No.
He's
not at
going
all.
up
Yeah.
against Tomac and
The
all
best,
that. And then
yeah.
you have, holy shit, Cole Davies shut him out in the East-West. So I think that's the atmosphere we're going into heading into Birmingham, right? Is like,
what's
okay,
going to
dude,
happen? Yeah.
This is the statement. Hayden's got the responsibility of, I have to shut this the fuck down.
Yeah.
I have to prove that this is my house. And Cole Davies is like, I'm just coming off of a sweep and a Triple Crown.
I'm coming after you. And I remember what happened last year.
And that's it.
Yeah.
I remember what happened last time we got close, dog.
I ain't taking no high sides and trying to be nice anymore.
You're already confirmed for a 450 ride. The fuck do I care, dude? I'm battling.
Yeah.
I'm battling. Also, we're not in the same title. So if you go down, dude, sorry, I'm going to win my East Coast title. And it could be the same for Deegan, where he's like,
yep.
Oh, I am going to run you into the berm again if you try and fucking match me.
Yeah.
And if that happens, I see Joe Shimoda or Pierce Brown being like,
Seth Haymaker, yeah, all of them sitting there like, hey,
Levi Kitchen.
all they have to do is stay close, consistent, and counter. Because
vulture it, carrion bird, just fly around the top 3 and go.
Yeah.
Where can I make a capitalization?
Yeah, so it's like, yes, I think Hayden is going to win, but at the same time, like, dude, his teammate Cole Davies, it's hard not to be like, I'm rooting for both of them. I want Cole Davies to win. I want Deegan to win. It's his last year. Set those records, break those records, go after, shit that no one's done on a 250 yet. Or, just build your career with that before going to the 450s. And then you got Cole Davies that's just like, okay, after that Triple Crown, it's on. I'm in a good headspace, which he did get into a lot better. He's definitely hard on himself, but man, does that dude learn very, very fast, especially with Supercross. I think he loves Supercross way more than outdoors. 100%. And like you said earlier, we still have yet to fully see him in outdoors. So we know who he practices with. We know that he puts in the work and he stays silent. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited to see what both of them, bring to the table, and I'm also excited what is Joe gonna bring in. He's gonna have they all had that week off. West Coast hasn't been riding; they've been practicing. Hayden's been practicing on a 450, getting that tuned in and ready for outdoors, which is coming up in I think like 70. I mean, who's counting? But like 76, maybe 75 days.
Time is a flat circle.
Yeah. So I'm excited. A lot can happen, and I honestly think we're gonna get the title of this weekend should be the Battle of the Teammates.
Brother, this is the battle of the bastards right here. Right? This is
Game
determining
of Thrones.
the noble line.
Love it.
This is determining the noble line. Do you get
Yeah.
what I mean? And here's the thing, right? The crazy thing about this is, let's talk about the pressure, right? The pressure's on Deegan to go, I'm done with this class. I'm better than all of you, and I've proven it.
Yeah.
Sit down, shut the fuck up. I'm taking my championship, and I'm going to go fight the best. Then you have Cole Davies that's going, I'm the next wave. I have to prove it.
Yeah.
Right? And
Second
then you have
year.
Joe Shimoda.
Yeah.
And then you have Joe Shimoda, right? Being like, I'm going to race. Right? I'm going to do my best.
I'm gonna destroy people when I can.
And that's it. Right? But that's Joe Shimoda. He's like, if I can get a good start. Cole Davies has not had great starts. Deegan has not always had great starts. But Joe's like, starts are kind of where I find my footing.
Yeah.
So if Joe gets out to a good start and Cole Davies and Deegan are battling, right? And you've got Levi Kitchen and Seth Hammaker right there, brother, we're looking at the battle of blood.
Yeah.
This is a bloodbath that we're about to see. So I, for one, am going, I'm not going to lie. The 250 class, I haven't been like, oh my God. East-West shootout, I'm going,
It's on. Yeah, it's
right?
on.
I feel like King Theoden, right? On the top of Helm's Deep.
I knew you were gonna.
That's how it ends.
I knew you were gonna go into that.
But that's what it is, dude. That's what this East-West showdown is this year.
Yep.
It's Hayden putting his stamp on the 250 class and being like, I've proven it, dude. I'm the greatest.
Yeah,
And
100%.
it's Cole Davies going, I'm the fucking new blood. And I'm the shark and I smell blood in the water. And I want this.
Yeah.
And I think you're right. Cole Davies is like, I did not fucking forget last year, you
No.
son of a bitch. So I think we're in for a good time. And I think if we hear that Yamaha's like, come on, dude, it's Deegan's last year, I'll be like, boo.
Yeah.
Fucking boo.
Both of them are fucking in championship contention.
Right. I
Give
think
us-
this is kind of a theme that we need to discuss, right, going into the 450s as well as we transition.
Yeah.
Is teammates and how they kind of work here. And are teammates really block passing? Are they really aiding you? What's the conversation?
And let's
That's
get
gonna
into
be
it
some-
with the 450s.
Let's hit it.
All right. Yeah, let's kick it off with that topic. Do you think after
Fuck, we also
Eli
have Max Anstey in the West Coast.
Oh, I
dog.
know.
Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's the teams. It's the battle of the different noble lines.
Yeah,
all
and I'm sure we're
coming
forgetting
together.
like a bunch of people too. It's been a week off, and it was a long week in Texas, so we might miss a
Ryder
couple
D.
things.
Francisco,
Yeah, a
Cameron
bunch
McAdoo, Max
of
Volan.
freaking people, man. Nate Thrasher, a lot of contenders, West, East. So I'm looking forward to it. But going into a little controversy with Prado and Hunter Lawrence, with a little bit of English body language and Spanish body language. What was your kind of take on that comment kind of by both of them.
Stupid. She's fucking stupid.
Hunter, don't bring your brother into it, man. Don't what the fuck?
I think it's this, right? Like, Hunter, if we went, brother, you're block passing people so that Jet can win, you'd be like, no,
I would never.
no, I'm not.
He's
trying
fast.
really fucking hard.
Yeah. Because you're in the
Or
top
hey,
two in the race.
And here's the thing. Maybe I'm forgetting something. It's been a week. I'm thinking about when Eli Tomac passed Prado in the whoops because Prado's skipping through.
Yeah. Jumping
And
through.
Eli was blasting it.
Yeah. Went right
He passes.
by him.
What does Jorge Prado do? He checks up, sees Hunter's coming, goes, I don't want to give up another position.
Yeah.
Fights back as we've seen Hunter Lawrence do
Hunter
a
Lou.
million fucking times.
Yeah.
Right? Where Jet passes you because he's just faster in that section. And then you rebound and try and keep up the pace and guard your second place. And nobody goes, somebody's got to give him some body sign language or whatever. What the fuck kind of comment is like, what the fuck is body English and body Spanish? No, dude. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a shit?
And
It's ridiculous.
Prado's in.
But-
I mean, he's a little ways down, but he is one of the top 5, if not the top 8 guys in the championship. He was just out for 2 races, but still has gotten great starts, has won heat races, has battled. It, like we just have this conversation every single year when someone has to complain about a teammate blocking or something like that. It happens all the time. And is there maybe a little blocking? Absolutely. They want not only like their teammate to go up, but the manufacturers are expecting them to place top 5, top 3 every race and give their all. It's racing. You want to bump bars? Fucking bump bars. Let's go. It's fucking racing.
Yeah. I think the other thing is this. Hunter, if Jet was out there and HRC Honda went, you better block pass Eli Tomac to an oblivion. You're going to go, aye, Captain. The fuck are we talking about?
Yeah.
That's your job. That's your job. If I saw Prado, right, and he's sitting there and Eli Tomac passes him and he sees Hunter Lawrence and Hunter Lawrence goes to make a move and he defends it and stuffs him in the next corner, I'm not going, teammate privilege. I'm going, yeah, dude, if you're going to put the move on the inside, Prado's going to fight for it. He's wanting to show that the Cowie was bad.
And it's not
He's
like
not gonna let you
you're not
pass.
lapping him.
But it's
You know
also
what I
this.
mean?
When Hunter goes, yeah, he just let Eli by and then block past me, I go, you're not lapping him.
Yeah.
He's in second, you fucking... What are we saying? Brother, if it was you, and Hunter Wright was in first, Jet passed him, and Eli Tomac went to make the move, Hunter Lawrence is going to be like, get on by, brother. Hey, good racing, brother.
Fuck no, yeah.
Fuck no. It's stupid. So, but then being on the podium and being like, and you know what? Maybe I'll have to give him some body English. And when Jet comes back, I will.
Yeah. Why
Imagine Jet
involve
sitting there
your
eating a donut on
fucking
the side.
brother?
Jet's sitting there eating a donut on the side, right? And he says that, and he goes,
What the fuck did I do? Like,
what do I have to be involved in this?
Yeah.
But the other thing is, it's like, that's such a weird omission, right?
Yeah.
Like, of Hunter Lawrence to be like, wait until my fast little brother gets back to stuff you in the corner. And you're like,
Hunter, do it yourself.
you can do it,
Yeah,
brother. He
do
got
it yourself.
6 in all 3 motos.
It's your beef. Jet's not even Jeff. Jet's not even
No,
racing.
Jeff is, when Jet's injured, he's Jeff. When Jeff is
God.
on the sideline.
Jeff Lawrence.
But my thing is, dude, I'm a Lawrence Brothers fan.
Yeah,
When I heard
same.
that, I went, grow up, man.
I'm
It's
like,
ridiculous.
dude, why?
And this is where we'll segue. You got other people that you should be talking shit about on that podium.
Yeah.
Straight up,
Because you're
brother.
doing fucking great. Don't lower yourself down to the fucking, body English and shit. Like, who? It's racing.
And I don't think either of them really give a fuck.
No, they
I'm having
don't.
fun
They
with
really
it.
don't. Yeah. And they're spicing it up.
It's the fact of Hunter's not going to sit there and battle with Prado. He's leagues faster than him on every track, so he's fine.
Yeah.
He knows the race IQ.
He's got the red plate.
Jorge Prado's missed 2 rounds, brother. You coming back and winning the championship? It's not happening. Hunter's got the red plate. I think it's more, there's a lot of frustration that was happening this weekend, and I think tensions are high, and it was like, well, maybe I'll have to give. Yeah, we've heard it before. We've even heard Eli Tomac be like, yeah, I'll remember that, and I'll get him next time. And then he races super respectfully because at the end of the day, that's how he races.
Yeah. Emotions are running high on that night, after the race, during the race, before the race. You know what I mean? So it's like, just race.
Dude, Eli Tomac was way harder on fucking Justin Cooper.
Dude,
right?
That was a good battle.
How many times were we watching together? And I'm like, brother, watch Eli Tomac right here. He's like, hey, remember when we were teammates? Yeah. Justin Cooper's like, what the fuck? And then right before the whoop section, he goes, I remember when we were fucking teammates, Eli.
You're all...
like, and you see Eli going into the whoop section almost like this. My God, he's all grown up. I can't help but be a proud stepdad. You know what I mean? God damn it, the boy might just do it, right?
Yeah. No, yeah, I thought it was great.
Damn, let's see what the kid can do.
Yeah. No, I thought it was great racing. Jay Coop definitely showing that he's trying to put it together and be up there. And I think he definitely showed that because he has been getting better and better every race. And it's always good to see him up there, dude. He's such a cool dude. Super nice. But no, I thought it was awesome racing. One unfortunate thing from that night with the incident with Ken Roczen and AP. I definitely need to see if there's any updates on AP. He was shaking his wrist. I don't know, from the bike ripping him off. Like, it just, popped his wrist off. And that's what's scary, too. Just the little bones and fragments in your hands and stuff. Wrists.
Ligaments, musculature. Yeah, the
whole 9 yards. So I hope that he's okay. Terrible racing incident. Roczen did get sideways. He tried to correct it. He was looking back. There was nothing he could have done. He couldn't even. You can say whatever you want. You can't even say, oh, he could have braked and checked up a lot more. It's like, no, because then AP would land on him, and then it would be even worse. I think what happened, it was how it should have gone. In that scenario, there's nothing you could do.
It's a bad scenario, and it's worse or worse. Do you get what I'm saying? It's either that happened or he hits the brakes, lands, and somebody else lands on top of him. Both of them were in the air by the time they had sort of intersected, right? So it was one of those, like, it's an unfortunate event. Some people might be like, I think Ken Roczen is just really gung-ho at the beginning of the motos. Yeah. And that attributes to it. But I think it's just one of those, this was a difficult track.
Yeah, the track was gnarly, dude.
Dude, every time we go to the East Coast, it's like when people are like, Trevor, what do you think's harder, East Coast or West Coast? And I'm like, shut the fuck up, dog. East Coast tracks look like it was made by a fucking evil dragon. Do you get what I mean? Like, you look at these tracks and you're like, what nefarious critter decided to punish these 250 riders?
I couldn't agree more.
Couldn't agree more. This looks like the work of an evil dragon. Absolutely, Trevor. We're going into our MX bike series announcers.
But
that leads us into more of the drama with it being a technical track. Sometimes you get into something called lap traffic. And sometimes
Lap
a motherfucker wants to
traffic!
hit a main line.
Freezy!
I'm
Sorry.
not going to cough. Freezy.
What the fuck,
The
man?
fuck out of the main line.
Freezy doing freezy things all the freezing time, dude.
And I'm just going to say, how much? I've seen others crucified for their takes lately on the internet, but it's simply this, man. I don't turn on the race. You know what, dude? I'm getting sick of them showing the Battle of Hunter and Eli. Why the fuck aren't they showing me Freezy in 20th? Not once in my life have I asked for that. I have asked for, why am I watching a split screen for the battle for 12? These guys are going to the LCQ. The fuck am I looking at?
And
We have a battle
yeah.
between first and second and third right here. And they're like, hey, take a look at this. Freezy in the back. And I'm like,
Oh, and then we miss Cooper Webb passing freaking Jet, or not Jet, but Hunter, or whoever. You know, it's like,
Right.
what the
Eli,
fuck?
yeah.
Eli making the pass for first. Like, well, what fucking happened? We're watching 15th and 16th battle right now.
But that's my thing. And I get it, dude. I get it. People are like, you don't understand the struggle of a privateer. And it's like, well, dude, I have worked a job that went nowhere before. I do understand. Understand this, right? Dude, it's simply this. The rules have to change.
Yeah.
Why was the red flag incident happen? Somebody that was outside of the top 10 got cross-rutted, right? Can't keep up the pace, jumped into oncoming traffic, caused a bunch of problems. At what point do we go, okay, dude, you are losing 30 seconds a lap. You should be black flagged and pulled off. That's the position that you get.
Yeah.
People want to be like, you don't get it. The sport's not there. Where are you going to watch the top 10 only with no other riders? And I go,
Yes.
that's what we're watching right now.
That's
what we're watching right now. It's what we're watching right now. And it's not me going, we don't need privateers anymore. I think I just broke my chair by the way I fucking sat. Anyways, what I'm saying is, dude, if you're getting lapped for the second time and you're cross-jumping the leaders in the mid-battle, we've got to talk about it.
Yeah.
When you are putting the top 3 who are battling for millions of dollars and you have the local sponsor on your bike, I get it, dude. We all want to do our dream. We all want to make it. When you're putting the people who nobody's showing up to Supercross wearing a privateer's jersey unless they are family. The people that go to Supercross and that pay money and love this sport are wearing jerseys like Eli Tomac, like Jet Lawrence, and all the main hitters. This is the same thing across any sport. Any sport. You're not watching NFL third stringers sell jerseys, dog. That's not what happens. So when we're talking about the industry, when we're talking about the sport, when you start putting your top athletes in the professional circuit in harm's way because somebody thinks that for a half a section they can battle the leader after getting lapped, somebody needs to go, shut the fuck up. That's crazy. That's crazy. It is crazy. And it's not just dangerous for the leaders. It's dangerous for the privateers. It is dangerous when we're watching privateers get hurt and then have no support after. That's a problem. It's a greater problem that needs to be discussed, which is rider safety, rider consideration, race etiquette, and understanding of the rules. If you see that blue flag, for the sake of everybody's safety,
including
get the
yourself,
fuck out of the way.
Yeah.
Yes. This
Yeah.
is not me going, fuck the privateers. This is me going, brother, I'm not trying to see you get landed on because one dude who can quad the section you're doubling decides to push you into the fucking ground for getting in his way. I don't want it for you. I don't want people taking out Vince Freeze, right? I don't want it. I would rather you just got out of the way. And I'm sorry, people go, you know what? I'm mad at this podcaster for saying this. I'm mad at this. Don't they understand they're the back? Your favorite riders on the podium going, these guys need to get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah. Not
If Eli
get
Tomac-
get out of the circuit completely. They're just saying,
Nope.
We need you guys to just move out of the way and let us race. We know that you guys are racing your race with who is in front of you, behind you, whatever. That's fine. But you got to get out of the way for the people that are coming up, lapping you, whether it's the first time or possibly the second, depending on the track, the
Brother.
speed. Yeah.
We watched for 2 whole sections Garrett Marchbanks in front of Hunter Lawrence in the main line getting lapped. Brother, you know better. You know better. Get out of the way. It's not just privateers. It's anybody that's outside of the top 12.
Yeah.
Brother, if you're getting lapped, you need to move. And when people go, but their own race, I don't fucking care, man. If the leader's coming, move.
And then get back on it.
You race? Yes.
Yeah.
Brother, nobody's coming for your 13th spot if you're all moving over for the leader. It's ridiculous that we even have to talk about it.
Yeah.
And people want to point out, well, dude, motocross isn't Formula One.
Like, no
Okay, compare it
shit.
to another sport.
Yeah,
Compare
no
it to
shit.
another sport. Compare it to another. You can compare it to any sport, right? We live over here, right? I'm not going to the Shark Center and going, hey, your third line goalie, I want his jersey. It's not happening. So when people are like, you have to understand the backbone of the sport. The backbone of the sport is the fact that we have the best in the fucking world.
Yeah.
That is what sells tickets. The battle between Eli Tomac and Hunter Lawrence sells tickets. Nobody is sitting there going, dude, this is the weekend that blank privateer is going to win the Triple Crown. That's not what's happening, dude. So the real take, right? The reality is, if we want privateers in this sport, one, we need to start talking about pay,
Yeah.
right? If you want to keep them around, we need to talk about rider safety, rider insurance. We need to talk about pay. We need to talk about all of that. I also think a good thing to do is get rid of the LCQs and give them their own series. Make another championship. And the people that win that, hey man, you get to race on the line with the main manufacturer riders. I don't see why we can't highlight these riders and give them a show of their own. I don't know why we can't do it. There's a lot of talent. There's a lot of promise. These are skilled riders, even though the pros are blasting past them. Yes, they're fast, but at some point we need to talk about our idea of Supercross and the longevity of it. Will it add to the longevity of your favorite riders if they're not constantly put in harm's way? The answer is yes. That's my take on it. It's simply this. I don't care if it's Freezy. I don't care if it's Malcolm Stewart. I don't care if it's Jorge Prado. I don't care if it's Jordan Smith. I don't care if it's Shane McElrath. I don't give a fuck who it is. If you're getting lapped for the second time, off. Off. Because we don't need you exhausting yourself when you already know you're not at the pace.
Yeah.
Let's keep these riders healthy. Why do we make them go through the gauntlet when they've already crashed 3-4 times in the main, right? And they're like, I'm in 20th. My bike's all fucked up. And the main riders have to go past you as you're trying to figure out your crooked handlebars over a triple. And you're in the main line and you can't move. Sorry, dude. I'm just trying to see it from a logical angle. And it's like, somebody has to do something about it. Somebody has to. Because it's gotten to the point where on the podium and in the post-race conference, you have the main dudes going, I'm sorry, I can't take it anymore. There's no excuse. It happened multiple times tonight. It put a lot of riders in danger. Remember Cooper Webb and Roxon?
Yeah.
Where they went to pass those lappers, got cross-jumped, and ate shit?
Yep.
That could have been career-ending. There has to be a change. There has to be a change for rider safety. That's my take on it.
And we're not knocking, again, no one is knocking the privateers and what they do. Like you said, all these riders are skilled, whether you're on a factory bike or not. You could be your hometown local track hero or fastest guy, because at the end of the day, these guys that are privateers, they go to their local track and they're fucking insane at their track.
Right.
Unpassable. Everybody watches. So it's like, no, we get it. We know how hard you're working. We know that you want this dream. Trust me, we're not taking away any of that. And I don't think anyone else is. We just want it safer. Just like how, tough blocks could be different on the side or anything like that, or everybody getting the Alpine Stars safety vest, whether you're with Alpine Stars or not. Let that all be like given to these professional athletes, because from the crashes that we've seen with the riders that do have it, it looks like it has saved a lot of serious injuries. Especially look at Barsha. Yeah. That helped him a lot. Give these riders that safety and protection with the speed that they're going, the rhythm sections that they're in, the tracks that are being built. This is this is the gnarliest sport in the world. We've said it 100 times. And whether you're, the lowest privateer to a Jet Lawrence, it doesn't matter. You guys are still racing the same race. Everyone should be getting paid, good to make it to these races and being taken care of and support their family and their dreams, because they did it. They worked their ass off in amateurs to get to where they are. So it's like, and we're trying to say everything, especially like in the right direction and as best as possible, because we're not here to break balls or anything with anyone. But we just the sport and how things can be run definitely can be better. It definitely can.
And I want to elaborate on my comment in case everybody thinks that it's right to go after me and be like, what about that comment you just said where you were like, I did a dream? Yeah, dude, I have followed dreams that no matter how much I worked, I wasn't going to be at the top.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay, dude. That doesn't mean give up. I'm saying you can't look at me. And the constant thing I hear is, bro, if you lined up, you wouldn't be. I'm not fucking lining up. That's the difference.
Yeah.
I know I'm not fast enough. That's the difference. So when people come after people and they're like, well, they would smoke you. Yeah, no shit. I haven't thrown my leg over a bike in a long time.
And you're not here saying I could do better than them. It's
correct.
Like,
I'm saying, I'm commenting on a race. We have a podcast talking about racing. I have raced in my life. I have trained. I understand. I did cross country. I did a lot of endurance stuff. I had to train. It was not easy. It was hard. Dude, I was not going to be fast enough. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
It's okay. But if you're sitting there going, I'm a privateer and I really do think I can win the championship this year. How?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. You know that that's not happening, but if you can get top 10, yes. And that's the goal. That's the goal for the privateer, is not to win, It's just to get up there. It's to
Yeah.
show that you can. But nobody is sitting there looking at the privateers and going, which one of these guys is going to surprise us and win the championship? Brother, we're talking about Red Bull, KTM, and Monster Energy Yamaha. In you having local sponsors and struggling to get from round to round, which I want on record, I don't think should be the case.
No, it shouldn't.
I think you should be able to race all of the rounds if you qualify with the points, and it shouldn't break your fucking bank account. I've been on record saying that. So if anybody's like, I think Trevor hates privateers, I'd be like, I was one in a different field. So, okay, like, it is what it is, man. But I'm not lining up.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's hard to
Also,
qualify.
half of you that are like, they'd fucking rip you a new one if you were on the local. Brother,
Like,
you're not
no
lining up either.
shit. No shit they would.
But also it's that comment, right? These guys would blow you away at any track. And I go,
I hope none of them blow me.
okay. I don't want to be blown by anybody.
I just want to ride my dirt bike, bro. My God. But no, yeah, I agree. It's just, I think people just, react because it's just that topic, and it's easier to just, give someone shit than sit there and go, I see what they're saying, maybe this idea, and just giving their opinion like, oh yeah, maybe they should do this or that. Instead, they just take it, spin the narrative, and be like, you're wrong.
Right. And then if somebody goes, well, Trevor, why do you think privateers? And I go, hot take, I don't think you should be breaking your body for free. And people go, well, that sounds like you're pro-privateer. I go, it's crazy when you actually listen to an argument, right? Brother, I don't want privateers to go out there and fucking torch their bodies and then be 30-something years old and go, man, I really wish I had made it. But thank God I've got all these plates and screws in permanent pain for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I'm talking about is like, bro, privateers are going to line up and be out there. They got to be taken care of. Then maybe they wouldn't push it so hard. Right? Maybe they wouldn't be in that main line. There's a bunch of different factors.
Yeah.
That's my opinion on the drama.
Yeah. And that's all we had to say on that. Like, you guys could definitely comment, let you guys know if you definitely agree or what your thoughts are for the sport to making it safer, whether you're, again, in 20th or 40th, whatever it is, to first place. It's about all these riders, and like Trevor said, your favorite riders are commenting on this, and within media, we are going off that because we are fans of the sport too. We see it, and we're going off of even the top riders and what they're saying. These are the top riders, so we're talking about the same shit that they are, but they say it very short and brief and vague and straight to the point. Hey, it's dangerous. They need to penalize them more, whether it's money, so they stop doing that. They need to do this. They need to do that. The top guys are saying it because it's not like they don't want them in. It's not like they're saying we don't want privateers in our race at all. No, they're saying something needs to change so that it's just safer all around for all of us on the fucking track. And it is frustrating when you have your top guys coming around and then they get held up by lappers. It messes up what everybody's paying to watch at the stadium. A fucking battle with the top guys, Eli and Hunter. That's what they're paying. That's what they're traveling to go see. Yes, you're obviously going to have fans. Every rider has fans, whether you're a privateer or not. I know a lot of fucking privateers, and they're fucking amazing, dude. They're amazing. They fucking rip so fucking hard, and they work just as hard, if not probably harder than a lot of these guys. Like it just depends on the program you're on and how bad you want it. But I mean, I'm in the privateer pits more than the factory. 100%. Trust me, because a lot of them are my friends. A lot of them are fucking
Yes.
chill dudes. So I want to see them taken care
Yes.
of. I don't want to see them hurt. So yeah, we're on the same page. So hopefully that, sheds some light on what we're saying, because we are definitely seeing it's just getting taken too far and to the extreme with people, and that people might not be saying it the right way, so it comes off a certain way. We're not going to name names. Everybody knows, but a lot of people come off different. I know I do, and it leads to misunderstandings. But
Oh, I'm sure the way I have my takes, people are like,
Yeah.
"Oh, fuck that," and I'm like, "Yeah, you're reasonable.
yeah,
Disagree, that's fine."
and
But
that
what
yeah,
I'm
that's
saying
okay.
is, why can't I see a privateer race, right? Where instead of going another 15th, they can go, I got top 5 this weekend
Exactly.
in front of the world, in front of the entire United States. They showed my race, and look
Yeah.
what happened, dude.
More exposure for them in the right ways. I'm tired of them getting talked about like they're the problem.
Correct?
That's like the best
But
thing
that's-
I could say. Like, I don't want them being talked about like they are the fucking problem when they're working just as hard and trying to fulfill their dream.
Sure.
So yeah,
Sure.
do I want something to change? Yes. Do I know what needs to be changed? Fucking absolutely not. But something needs to happen.
Right. And I'm not talking about they have their own little arena cross circuit. I'm
Yeah.
talking about at Supercross.
Yeah.
You get qualifying. If you didn't make it in this bracket of the top guys, you go to this race. You go to this race. And that's where we have that whole thing, right? Then you could even break it down to separate qualifying for those racers, right? You're still racing at the top level. You're at the Supercross. You're racing the same track.
And you're probably
now
gonna
we
and
get to
get
showcase
better
you
pay for that section. It's like we have the futures, the SMX next.
If they're paying $2,000 for an LCQ win, we can't disperse that or make a better purse and take it from the LCQs and pool it together for that. Come
Yeah.
on, man! Like, there are things
Something
that can
could
done.
be done. That's just a win-win for everyone, and you would still race in the night show if you won that race. Like literally 15 laps, 2 motos, add it in, and then the top 4 from both of them go to the show, and get a little extra money in their pocket. They all get exposure. I don't. This is just something that
Yeah, we've talked
can
about
be said.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
we've talked about how privateers could be. We've talked about it till we're blue in the face. But I do agree with the main writers, though, right?
Yeah.
At some point, dude, I mean this with all respect to privateers. At some point, these fucking major multi-billion-dollar corporations are going to be like, hey, next person to interfere with our rider is getting a fucking lawsuit. There's millions of dollars on the line. Right?
Yeah.
I don't want to see these corporations be like, we're pulling our money in our teams because we're not going to put our athletes in harm's way like that.
Yeah.
It only takes one. The amount of times Ken Roxon has walked away from a catastrophic cross jump from a lapper, where, like, imagine if he had crashed and something horrible happened,
Yeah.
right? Well, what's the attitude then? I'm trying to not have it get to that point. That's what I'm talking about. And I think that's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Is the safety.
Yeah, just the safety and making sure all these riders are taken care of and are healthy and get the recognition. We want all that. But getting into the racing, now that we've touched all that base, and I hope you guys, take like what we're saying, like, in a positive way, because that's all we're meaning. But let's get into Eli Tomac. Absolutely amazing. He absolutely crushed it. Absolutely crushed it. I am so stoked for him. I think he definitely has this in the bag. And Hunter is just doing Lawrence things. Like he's definitely putting a fight up He had some little bobbles in the Triple Crown, but to end on that win and keep that red plate going into Birmingham, like it's freaking on. It is on for this year, and dude, outdoors. I mean, I know it's way too soon to talk outdoors, but my God, I can't wait. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, dude. I think we're seeing the 450 class as we kind of said it would be, right? This is Eli Tomac chasing a championship to the best of his ability. And this is Hunter Lawrence proving that he doesn't need Jet,
Yeah,
right? But we saw in this Triple Crown, Hunter Lawrence and Eli Tomac tied, right?
which was
And
awesome.
the tiebreaker goes to Hunter Lawrence, right? Because it's based off the last moto and he took the win, right? We see in the points standing, right? 196 from Hunter Lawrence in total points, 192 from Eli Tomac. This is going down to the wire if they keep battling the way that they are. So we're in for a good season. Cooper Webb, again, highlighting the fact that this is when I come alive, dude. This is where I start being consistent, right? Justin Cooper taking Moto 2, passing Eli Tomac, getting the win. Awesome riding, right?
Yeah.
We saw great riding. Ken Roxon, a 1:10.3. We talked about what happened between him and AP. Unfortunate. Jorge Prado went with the straight up number of the B666 on the day.
Yeah.
Hold it in. Hold it in for a 6th place overall, right? He's feeling happy with it. I will say Joey Savacci was doing pretty good until Moto 3, right? He was in top 10 contention.
Yeah.
But I think the main conversation, right, is these top 5 guys, right? Justin Cooper's starting to come alive a little bit more, so I think he can start getting in the mix. But Ken Roxon's still there. Don't discount what happened in Moto 2 with him and AP. He still crawled his way back to 10, right? So I don't think Ken Roxon's out of this. I think going forward, our top 5 is going to be interchangeable.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. I definitely agree. And yeah, it was definitely super exciting just what these riders could do on the track, with that track being so, rough and pretty slick in some spots. The rhythm sections, just seeing their creativity and, building those fast lap times. It was awesome. Definitely great battles. I'm excited for Birmingham, dude. Like I can't wait. It's gonna be super sick. I think it's gonna be, those top 3 basically. I literally think Eli and Hunter are gonna be battling, and J Coop is gonna try being up there, but Cooper Webb, we know how he is. I believe he actually does really good in Birmingham, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but and then Ken Roxon is just an animal. So we know that it's going to be different because you have the Triple Crown, which is like basically sprint laps. These guys can go forever with 15 minutes compared to 20 plus 2-3 laps, whatever. So I'm excited to see what the 450s bring to the table.
Absolutely. Yeah, if we go to Birmingham. 2025.
I feel like
the overall results.
I feel like Webb won that. Chase Sexton won.
Chase Sexton won it in 2025.
Gotcha.
Malcolm Stewart got second, and then Aaron Plessinger in third, and Cooper Webb in fourth. So, I honestly do think that this race coming up is going to be Hunter Lawrence, Eli Tomac, and I think Ken Roxon.
Yeah.
I think Cooper Webb's going to be that wild card, sitting there in the fourth position and trying to pick off what he can.
Yeah. No, I agree. I'm ready for it. Finally, after a week off of racing, we're back to it. We got the futures that are going to be out there as well, or SMX next. So I'm excited to see that. A lot of those riders were also at Springading putting on a show. Carson Wood was absolutely dominating. Townsend was out there, and a lot of other riders. So I'm excited to see how that all goes. But yeah, I feel like, I mean, we talked about the week, all the controversy and stuff that's going on. Said our take as media in the podcast. Do you have anything else that we missed?
Who's your picks for 250s next week?
250 is yeah, we kind of talked about it. It's hard. It's vice versa with Davies and Hayden. I think Hayden's going to win, but like you, I do want to see Davies win and go head to head, and I want to see both of them gone. Absolutely gone and battling their ass out. I want to see a battle. A clean, respectable battle, and I want to see some bar-to-bar banging, to be honest. I want to, not purposely, I know Hayden's been talked to, has had warnings, hey, can't keep taking people out. We're going to start finding you bigger and more. So, stop. So, I think it's going to be really good bar-to-bar racing, and Davies hasn't had that, hey, don't take anyone out talk yet. So, he still has some play, and I know he definitely wants redemption from that, especially them training together and working in the same facility. So I think, especially this week, it's fucking on, even at the practice track.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree. I think I'm going to go, hot take, I'm going to go Cole Davies. I'm going to go Hayden Deegan, Max Ansey, and I think my wild card will be Joe Shimoda.
My wild card, Seth Haymaker.
Interesting.
And third place, I didn't say third place. I'm going to go with Levi Kitchen.
Interesting.
So first, second, Deegan or Davies. Third place, Kitchen. Wild card, Seth.
Incredible. I love it.
Fuck yeah. Birmingham.
This
is False Neutral Media. Make sure that you subscribe, leave a comment, leave a like, share with your friends, share with your family, share with your pets, do the damn thing, and we will see you after Birmingham.